My management presentation. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the proposition for a hypothetical restaurant called the Friendly Toast, which is in essence going to be a elevated style of comfort food derived from local farms on the seacoast of the United States of America. This restaurant is going to be very important to manage because, from my experience in the hospitality industry, the management strategy really is what makes or breaks it. So, for the Friendly Toast, the managerial roles are going to be listed as below, and responsible for encouraging everyone. So, the HR department, one of arguably the most important, is going to be split into the front of the house, which is dealing with the customers face to face, and the back of the house, which is like kitchen and behind the scenes operations. HR is going to be responsible for interviewing, hiring, onboarding, and training all new employees. This is going to include rota scheduling, overseeing staff on shift and checking in with them off shift, and implementation of management software such as OpenTable and reservation bookings. This HR department is kind of a very integral part of a management system within within any restaurant in the hospitality industry. So for the front of the house sector of HR, these individuals are going to be characterized as head manager, supervisor, and then shift leader. You may have more than one shift leader depending on the square space of the Friendly Toast. Therefore, the managerial organization structure is going to be more horizontal than it would be vertical, with the shift leaders reporting to the supervisors, reporting to the head managers. So there's going to be a head manager for like each department within the Friendly Toast. Therefore, the admin is going to be behind the scenes. This includes employee management, scheduling, floor plans, and table assignments in terms of grievances and conflict resolutions. This is only going to be 1 to 2 people. More likely than not, is going to be the owner of the Friendly Toast. Yeah. The kitchen is going to be part of the back of the house. They need to be able to make the food quickly to increase efficiency. General kitchen prep and maintenance is going to have to be on par in order to ensure cleanliness. Food safety standards must be met. They're also going to be responsible for managing the menu, seasonal rotation of items available, products for customers to have. This is super important because the menu is essentially the face of any restaurant and will define the brand of the Friendly Toast. So that elevated comfort food must appeal to the consumers, and the consumers must, actually enjoy it. So they're going to be responsible for integrating customer feedback as well into the menu development. The back of the house management is going to be split in a similar way to the front of the house, but with kitchen management, kitchen supervisor, and designated shift leaders. Again, I think spreading the power within a operating restaurant is very, very important, because it doesn't dictate all the power to one person. It becomes less of like a tyrannic type of situation, which is super important in a restaurant because it gets super busy and they need to be able to operate effectively. So to build competitive advantage for the Friendly Toast, efficiency as a building block must be optimized through a application called OpenTable. In my experience, it has been the absolute most the easiest to work with. It's the most integrated with all of the social medias and booking opportunities that they give customers. The efficiency in the management of the inflow of customers is one of the most imperative points within a system to manage in a restaurant, and having one designated digital method of doing so would increase the efficiency by a lot, so that the kitchen doesn't get overwhelmed with surges of customer inflow and no one is stressed, and they can manage more effectively and less emotionally in terms of stress. The quality of this food is going to be what sets apart the Friendly Toast from any competition. During the times of COVID, it's also going to be able to be taken away. Call in orders, that is going to be imperative, ensuring the quality and providing a service that adapts to current situations. Effectiveness is again going to be the ability to change the way we serve customers in terms of global crisis. So I guess effectiveness and innovation go hand in hand. So we want to be able to package up the orders and ensure the same quality, offer our same ingredients and menus. Customer responsiveness. So this is going to be more of the back of the house team who is curating the menu. We want to have weekly sessions in regards to what we're getting for reviews on certain items, have a look at have a look at the printout systems and see what is being bought the most. So in terms of popularity, we want to scale our menu to address that. The quality of this comfort food is going to be an essential building block of the competitive advantage, as it is going to be locally sourced, which is going to allow us to charge higher prices, but also attract customers that are trying to be more eco-friendly and aware and support their local businesses. The most important stage in terms of planning is going to be the daily printing out of all of the sales reports. We're going to need to have an analysis, a daily analysis, go through all the reports. You're going to have to dictate scheduling, plan, figure out if you need a promotion in order to meet a certain sales goal, see your progress towards profit targets that you've dictated later in the month. I think written planning systems are definitely by far what is essential in the success of a business, especially when starting out. Because although $30,000 might sound like a lot, it's not. And the restaurant industry is super competitive. So you're going to need to have a really careful daily investigation on your expenses and your budgeting. In terms of organizing, one of the most effective decisions, I would argue, are daily team meetings with the front of the house management team and the back of the house management team, including all of their employees, so that rapport is built among colleagues. The front of the house people know the back of the house people really well, and they know how to work with each other. That is honestly like the most important. And then once you get a rush, you're going to know how to work off of each other's strengths and organize yourselves in a way that will effectively deliver the products to the customers. In terms of leading, I think as managers, both in the front of the house and the back of the house, it's very, very important to recognize those who work beneath you, your employees. And I think a really good way of doing that is a little employee of the month scheme. Give them a free meal, if they are outstanding during a certain period of time. Give them some recognition among the institution, and I think that will really motivate those showing up to work every day. And finally, the controlling aspect of management of the Friendly Toast would ensure the high quality of supply from local farms. You're going to have to maintain those relationships with local farmers in a very positive way so that they would continue to want to support your business and work with you. And most importantly, I will forever argue that the OpenTable management system, the software, is going to be essential in terms of strict reservation management, because in restaurants, you're never going to know when a bunch of people are going to come all at once, and you're going to want to not overwhelm the kitchen to ensure that the food being released is of the same quality and consistent performance of your restaurant staff. No one wants to get stressed out. As you can see here, that was actually me as a hostess. I was 15 at that time, and I am very familiar with the OpenTable reservation system, and I'll forever argue that it could either make or break a restaurant. I think all of the servers and staff alike in the front of the house should be trained on it, and you are able to see how many reservations you have for the night. You're able to plan the timings of which party is going to sit at which table and at which point are you going to switch. It gives a great visualization of the night or day or morning that is about to come. This is going to be split into breakfast shift, lunch shift, and dinner shift for this Friendly Toast restaurant that's going to be open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. That way it'll be most effective in terms of implementation. So Thank you very much for listening to my pitch for the management of the Friendly Toast, an elevated form of comfort food supplied by local farmers. Thank you very much.